Today, the flags rise, the anthems play, and the speeches will tell you that you are free. Before you believe them, look at your hands, because every chapter of this nation's story was written by Filipino hands. The glory and the betrayal. The Philippines was colonized 4 times. School only taught you 3. Spain, America, Japan. The 4th one never left. 333 years under Spain, but it was not a Spanish hand that knocked on your ancestors' door to collect the tribute. There were never enough Spaniards. It was a Filipino hand, the native elite, and Spain paid that hand well, with land, with titles, with power over their own people. Then came the revolution, and for one shining moment, Filipino hands held only weapons and one another. It did not last. 1897, Tejeros. The men of property and education vote out the man from the slums who built it all. And weeks later, on a mountainside in Cavite, the first Filipino government in history signs one of its first official orders, the execution of its own founder. That signature was a Filipino hand, too. Spain fell, America came, Japan came. Every flag came down. The names on the land titles never did. Because in this country, wealth and power were never 2 different masters. The tribute collector became the landowner. The landowner's son ran for office, and the office protected the land. One hand holds the pen, the other holds the purse. Same body, same families, for 400 years. And while those hands signed and counted, other Filipino hands planted rice on soil they would never own, generation after generation, dying with the same promise of land reform their grandfathers died with. Other hands packed suitcases, around 10 million of them now, waving goodbye at airports, raising other people's children, sending home everything they have, because the wealth of these islands was never allowed to reach the people standing on them. You think this is opinion? Here is the arithmetic. A former chief economic planner of this country presented the data. In a single year, just 40 families captured 76% of the entire nation's economic growth. 40 families out of 110 million Filipinos, the highest concentration in all of Asia. And the final receipt, the people wrote it themselves. 1987, the Constitution commands the state to prohibit political dynasties, as may be defined by law. 6 words. The ban only works if the lawmakers write the law. Almost 40 years have passed. More than 30 bills have been filed. Not one has ever become law. The hands the law would ban are the only hands allowed to write it. So do the arithmetic one last time. Spain took 333 years to leave. America, 48. Japan, 3. The 4th colonizer is on year 128 and counting. But remember this, and remember it well. Filipino hands built the 4th colonizer, and Filipino hands sewed the first flag, held the line at Mactan, raised a nation out of 300 years of silence. The same hands that built the cage are the only hands that have ever broken one. Today, when the flag rises, that is not a government's flag. It belongs to the hands that planted, the hands that left, the hands that bled, and the hands that remember. The fourth colonizer survives on one thing only: a people who forget. So this Independence Day, honor the dead the only way that matters. Remember.